Hey, football fans! Welcome back to Next Play Analysis, where every play, every prediction, and every moment matters. This is part 2 of our Week 13 NFL series, and if you haven't caught part 1 yet, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Go check it out after this video to get the full picture. Now, we want your feedback. No holds barred. Tell us in the comments how we can elevate these videos to the next level. Your input helps shape the future of Next Play Analysis. And while you're here, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow football fanatics, and subscribe to the channel. When you do, you're not just helping us grow, you're helping us gear up with better tools and insights to deliver the ultimate sports experience. Alright, no more delays, let's break it down. Starting with the 9th matchup of Week 13, Indianapolis Colts vs. New England Patriots. Indianapolis Colts overview. The Indianapolis Colts are focused on finding consistency as they prepare for their matchup against the Patriots. Quarterback Anthony Richardson continues to develop, while Jonathan Taylor remains a vital component of the rushing attack. Alec Pierce provides a reliable target in the passing game. Defensively, Zaire Franklin leads with exceptional tackling, but the team faces challenges in run defense that could be pivotal this week. Key players: Anthony Richardson, quarterback, a young and dynamic offensive leader. Jonathan Taylor, running back, the primary weapon in the ground game. Zaire Franklin, linebacker, defensive stalwart with impressive tackling stats. Injury report: Tyquan Lewis, defensive end, currently sidelined, with no set return date. Bernhard Raimann, offensive tackle, out due to injury, impacting offensive line depth. New England Patriots. New England Patriots overview. Week 13, December 2024. The New England Patriots continue their push for consistency with rookie quarterback Drake May at the helm. While May has shown promise, the offense has yet to find a rhythm, with Ramondre Stevenson leading the running game. Defensively, the Patriots will rely heavily on veterans like Jelani Tavai and Dietrich Wise Jr. to keep them competitive. However, the absence of key players due to injury could test their depth, especially on the defensive line. Key players: Drake May, quarterback, a promising rookie showing flashes of potential. Ramondre Stevenson, running back, the focal point of the ground game. Jelani Tavai, linebacker, a steady force in the Patriots' defense. Injury report: Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, questionable, personal matter. Jacqueline Roy, defensive tackle out, neck injury. Now let's have a look into predictions for Colts vs. Patriots. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds: Colts minus 145, Patriots plus 120. Analysis: the Colts are favored to win this matchup with a 64% chance of victory. Their offense, led by quarterback Anthony Richardson, has been clicking, and the Patriots have struggled in recent weeks. While the Patriots' defense is solid, their offense has had difficulty generating consistent production. Strategy: bet on the Colts, minus 145. Given the Colts' favorable prediction of winning and their solid all-around performance, they are the safer bet. Bet on the Patriots, plus 120 for risk-tolerant bettors. The Patriots could capitalize on a few key mistakes from the Colts, but this would be a high-risk wager. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread: Colts minus 2.5. Analysis: the Colts are projected to cover the spread with a 61% chance, meaning they are likely to win by more than a field goal. Despite the Patriots' solid defensive lineup, the Colts' offensive balance should prove too much. Strategy: bet on Colts to cover, minus 2.5, with the Colts likely to win by at least 3 points. They are favored to cover the spread. Patriots to cover, plus 2.5, while the Patriots could make it close, especially with their defense. This is a riskier choice. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy. Over, under, 44. Analysis: the total points have an even chance of hitting the over or under. While both teams have struggled to produce high-scoring games recently, the Colts' offense could generate enough points to push the total over. Strategy: bet the over, 44, with the Colts' offensive weapons and a potential shootout. The game could see more points than expected. Bet the under, 44, if the Patriots' defense clamps down and the Colts' offense slows. The under could be a safer bet. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Anthony Richardson, quarterback. Richardson has shown the ability to make explosive plays, making him a solid bet for passing yards or touchdowns props. Jonathan Taylor, running back. As a dual-threat running back, Taylor is expected to contribute significantly to the Colts' offense. Matthew Judon, linebacker. Judon could disrupt Richardson's passing game, making him a potential target for sack props. Strategy. Richardson over passing yards. Expect Richardson to exceed his passing yards prop, especially if the Patriots struggle to contain his dual-threat ability. Judon sacks prop. Judon should record a sack as the Patriots aim to put pressure on the Colts' young quarterback. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score. The Colts are more likely to strike first, with a fast-paced offense and a capable kicker in the red zone. Total sacks. With both teams having strong defensive lines, expect multiple sacks from both sides. Strategy. Bet on Colts to score first. Their offensive capability and quicker tempo should give them the edge early on. Take the over on total sacks. Expect pressure from both teams, particularly the Patriots' Matthew Judon. 6. First half spread / total betting strategy. First half spread, Colts minus 1.5. First half total, over 22.5. Analysis. The Colts are projected to have a slight lead at halftime, with both teams potentially pushing the pace enough to reach a higher total. Strategy. Bet on Colts to cover the first half spread, minus 1.5, with an early lead likely. The Colts should be able to cover. Bet the over on first half total, 22.5. Expect both teams to generate enough offense for the total to go over. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Colts to cover, minus 2.5. Over 44 total points. Richardson over 230 passing yards. Analysis. The Colts' balanced offense and likely win should make this parlay a safe bet, with Richardson expected to exceed his passing yards prop. Parlay 2. Colts to score first. Judon over 0.5 sacks. Colts to win by 3 to 7 points. Analysis. This parlay targets a close Colts win with a solid defensive performance from Judon. The Colts are favored for their balanced offense, while the Patriots rely on defense but struggle offensively. Back Indianapolis to cover or consider defensive sack props. Moving on to the 10th matchup. Seattle Seahawks vs. New York Jets. Seattle Seahawks overview. The Seattle Seahawks approach their Week 13 matchup against the New York Jets with momentum as leaders in the NFC West. Head coach Mike Macdonald has implemented a balanced game plan, leveraging the team's dynamic offense and sturdy defense. The Seahawks' success has largely been driven by quarterback Geno Smith and a formidable receiving core. Key players. Geno Smith, quarterback, a consistent leader who excels in managing the game and delivering accurate passes. DK Metcalf, wide receiver, a physical and explosive receiver, pivotal to Seattle's offensive production. Injury report. Noah Fant, tight end, status uncertain, monitoring for game availability. Laviska Shenault Jr., wide receiver, listed on the injury report, updates pending closer to game time. New York Jets overview. The New York Jets face the Seattle Seahawks in Week 13, leaning on their defensive strength and veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers to guide their offensive strategy. Head coach Robert Saleh emphasizes discipline and execution as the Jets aim to solidify their presence in a competitive AFC. Key players. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, the experienced leader steering the offense with precision and game management. Sauce Gardner, cornerback, a lockdown defender, pivotal in limiting opposing receivers. Injury report. Solomon Thomas, defensive line, Neath questionable, limited practice participation. Brandon Eccles, cornerback, concussion fully practiced, trending towards availability. Now let's have a closer look into Seahawks vs. Jets betting predictions. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds. Seahawks minus 125, Jets plus 105. Analysis. The Seahawks, led by Geno Smith, have a balanced offense that thrives on consistency, while their defense has shown resilience against top-tier offenses. The Jets, with Zach Wilson at the helm, have struggled with offensive consistency but rely on a strong defense, featuring playmakers like Sauce Gardner, to keep games competitive. Strategy. Bet on Seahawks, minus 125, Seattle's consistent offensive production makes them a strong contender to edge out New York. Bet on Jets, plus 105 for value seekers. The Jets' defense could stymie Seattle, giving them a chance for a close upset. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread. Seahawks minus 1.5. Analysis. Seattle is favored by a narrow margin, reflecting their slightly better overall form. The Jets' ability to keep games close, primarily due to their defense, makes this a tight matchup. Strategy. Bet on Seahawks to cover, minus 1.5. Seattle's balanced approach on both sides of the ball could see them win by more than the spread. Bet on Jets to cover, plus 1.5. If their defense holds strong and the offense avoids turnovers, the Jets could cover or even win outright. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy. Over, under, 39.5. Analysis. Both teams have shown tendencies for lower scoring games, especially given the Jets' offensive struggles and defensive strengths. Seattle, while more capable offensively, may still face challenges against the Jets' secondary. Strategy. Bet the under, 39.5. With both teams boasting capable defenses and the Jets' offensive inefficiencies, a low-scoring game seems likely. Consider live betting. If the first half is particularly slow, live odds on the under may present additional value. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Geno Smith, quarterback, Seahawks, a reliable passing game will be crucial. Kenneth Walker 3, running back, Seahawks key to Seattle's offensive rhythm. Sauce Gardner, cornerback, Jets, a shutdown presence in New York secondary. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Jets, needs a standout game for the Jets to compete. Strategy. Smith passing yards. Bet on Smith to surpass his passing yards prop, given New York's focus on stopping the run. Gardner interceptions. Gardner could record an interception if Seattle opts for aggressive deep passes. Walker rushing yards. Consider the under, as the Jets' front seven could limit his production. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score. Seahawks, Seattle's offensive efficiency gives them the edge. Total sacks. Both teams feature strong pass rushes, making this an appealing prop. Strategy. Bet on Seahawks to score first. Seattle's faster starts and efficient drives often put them on the scoreboard early. Take the over on total sacks. With both defenses capable of applying pressure, expect several sacks in this matchup. 6. First half spread / total betting strategy. First half spread. Seahawks minus 0.5. First half total. Under 20. Analysis. Expect a tightly contested first half, with both defenses limiting scoring opportunities. Strategy. Bet on Seahawks to cover the first half spread. Minus 0.5. Seattle's ability to score early gives them the edge. Bet the under on first half total. 20. Both teams' defensive capabilities suggest a low-scoring first half. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Seahawks moneyline. Minus 125. Under 39.5 total points. Smith over 200 passing yards. Analysis. Seattle's balanced offense and the Jets' defensive reliance make this combination likely. Parlay 2. Jets to cover, plus 1.5. Gardner over 0.5 interceptions. Garrett Wilson over 75 receiving yards. Analysis. If New York's defense dominates and Wilson shines, this parlay offers high upside. The Seahawks are favored due to their balanced offense and strong defense, but the Jets' defense could make for a close game. Betting on the under for total points and player props like Geno Smith's passing yards or Sauce Gardner's interceptions offers added value. Now let's dive into the next matchup. Tennessee Titans vs. Washington Commanders. Tennessee Titans overview. The Tennessee Titans are gearing up for their Week 13 matchup against the Washington Commanders with a strong emphasis on defensive contributions and a budding offensive core. Quarterback Will Levis is central to the team's strategy, showing potential despite struggles with turnovers. Running back Tony Pollard has provided consistency in the rushing game, complemented by his receiving contributions. The Titans' defense, anchored by players like Harold Landry, has been effective in creating pressure and limiting opposing offenses. Key players. Will Levis, quarterback, leading the offense with over 600 passing yards this season. though turnovers remain a concern. Harold Landry, linebacker, a key defensive player with 4 sacks and multiple tackles for loss in 2024. Injury report. Roger McCreary, cornerback, knee limited in practice. His availability remains uncertain. Leroy Watson, offensive tackle, back out for Week 13, impacting the Titans' offensive line depth. Washington Commanders overview. The Washington Commanders approach Week 13 with one of the league's most formidable rushing offenses, ranking 3rd overall in the NFL. Their ground game, spearheaded by Brian Robinson Jr., has been instrumental in creating balance for their offensive strategy. However, their defense has shown vulnerabilities in pass coverage, ranking 24th and allowing 227.5 passing yards per game. This matchup will test their ability to contain Derrick Henry and the Titans' potent offense while maintaining control through their own rushing attack. Key players. Brian Robinson Jr., running back, leads the Commanders' ground game with consistent performances and game-changing runs. Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, the top target in Washington's passing game, capable of producing big plays against any defense. Injury report. Austin Ekeler, running back, leg questionable. Status for the game remains uncertain. Benjamin St. Just, cornerback, ankle questionable. Could impact coverage depth in the secondary. Moving on to betting predictions for Titans vs. Commanders. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds. Titans plus 115, Commanders minus 135. Analysis. The Commanders come into this matchup as favorites, thanks to a balanced offense led by Jaden Daniels and a defense that includes standout cornerback Emmanuel Forbes. The Titans rely on a disciplined defense and are led by key playmakers like Harold Landry to generate pressure and limit scoring opportunities. Strategy. Bet on Commanders, minus 135. Washington's home field advantage and depth make them a reliable pick. Bet on Titans, plus 115. If Tennessee's defense can control the game, they have upset potential with their opportunistic play. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread. Commanders minus 2.5. Analysis. A tight game is expected, with Washington having the slight edge due to their offensive efficiency and defensive consistency. Tennessee's defense, led by Harold Landry, could create opportunities to cover the spread. Strategy. Bet on Commanders to cover, minus 2.5. Washington's offensive balance could help them extend a lead late in the game. Bet on Titans to cover, plus 2.5. Tennessee's defense gives them a strong chance to keep the game close. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy. Over, under, 41.5. Analysis. Both teams bring strong defenses, suggesting a lower scoring game. Washington's offense may generate points, but is unlikely to push the total high against Tennessee's stout defensive line. Strategy. Bet the under, 41.5. Defensive strengths on both sides and methodical offensive approaches point to a grinded-out game. Consider live betting. If early drives are scoreless, live betting the under could offer more value. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Jaden Daniels, quarterback, Commanders, expected to rely on quick passes and mobility to neutralize Tennessee's pass rush. Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback, Commanders, a ball hawk with the potential to disrupt passing plays. Harold Landry, linebacker, Titans, a threat in the pass rush and key to Tennessee's defensive game plan. Strategy. Daniels passing yards. Bet the over, as Washington may rely on his arm to exploit Tennessee's secondary. Forbes interceptions. A strong prop bet if Tennessee's quarterback takes risks under pressure. Landry sacks prop. Bet the over, as Landry is expected to generate significant pressure on Daniels. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score. Commanders. Washington's ability to capitalize on early drives gives them the advantage. Total sacks. Both teams have formidable pass rushers, making this a viable prop for bettors. Strategy. Bet on Commanders to score first. Their efficient scripted plays often result in early points. Take the over on total sacks. Harold Landry and Washington's defensive front both excel at pressuring quarterbacks. 6. First half spread / total betting strategy. First half spread. Commanders minus 1.5. First half total. Under 20. Analysis. The first half should be a defensive battle, with limited scoring as both teams look to establish control. Strategy. Bet on Commanders to cover the first half spread, -1.5. Their offensive consistency gives them an edge in the early stages. Bet the under on first half total, 20. Both defenses are likely to dictate the tempo in the first half. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Commanders money line, -135. Under 41.5 total points. Forbes over 0.5 interceptions. Analysis. This parlay highlights Washington's defensive prowess and the likelihood of a low-scoring game. Parlay 2. Titans to cover, +2.5. Landry over 0.5 sacks. Commanders to score first. Analysis. Tennessee's defense could disrupt Washington's plans, making this a solid high-upside parlay. The Commanders are favored for their balanced offense and strong defense, but the Titans' disciplined defense gives them upset potential. Expect a low-scoring game with value in the under, 41.5, and props like Harold Landry's sacks or Emmanuel Forbes' interceptions. Moving on to our 12th matchup for Week 13, Tampa Bay Buccaneers vs. Carolina Panthers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers overview. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers head into Week 13 with a solid but uneven 2024 season, holding a record of 7-4 and showing resilience through quarterback Baker Mayfield's leadership. Mayfield has been performing well, throwing for 2,588 yards and 17 touchdowns with a solid completion rate of 64.7%. However, the offense has struggled with balance, especially in the running game, where they rank 31st in rushing yards per game. The Bucs' defense has been the backbone of their success, with standout players like linebacker Lavonte David and defensive back Antoine Winfield Jr. spearheading a unit that ranks among the top in terms of points allowed per game. If the Buccaneers can continue to rely on their strong defense and improve their offensive balance, they should remain competitive through the remainder of the season. Key players. Baker Mayfield, quarterback, the leader of the Bucs offense, providing stability and efficiency. Lavonte David, linebacker, a key player on defense with 90 tackles, including 14 tackles for loss. Injury report. Mike Evans, wide receiver, hamstring questionable, after missing practice due to hamstring issues. Greg Gaines, defensive line, foot questionable with a foot injury. Carolina Panthers overview. The Carolina Panthers are gearing up for a critical matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 13. Rookie quarterback Bryce Young continues to adjust to the NFL's pace, showing promise but also facing pressure from opposing defenses. On defense, Derek Brown remains the key player in controlling the line of scrimmage and stopping the run, while veteran Jadeveon Clowney brings added pressure to the Buccaneers' passing game. Key players. Bryce Young, quarterback. The rookie leader is continuing to develop, aiming to improve his decision-making and overall command of the offense. Derek Brown, defensive tackle. Brown is a key disruptor, essential for controlling the Panthers' defensive line and pressuring the quarterback. Injury report. Miles Sanders, running back, ankle, limited participation in practice. Questionable for Week 13. Chuba Hubbard, running back, hamstring, did not participate in practice. Expected to miss Week 13. Now let's take a look at the betting predictions for Buccaneers vs. Panthers Week 13 matchup. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds. Buccaneers -210, Panthers +175. Analysis. The Buccaneers have been solid on defense and have a more consistent offense with Baker Mayfield at the helm. The Panthers, led by rookie quarterback Bryce Young, have struggled to find consistency in both offensive and defensive execution, making them underdogs in this matchup. Strategy. Bet on Buccaneers, -210, Tampa Bay's defense and more experienced offense give them the advantage in this game. Bet on Panthers, +175. The Panthers could pull an upset if they get a strong defensive performance and Bryce Young steps up, but it remains a high-risk bet. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread. Buccaneers -5. Analysis. Tampa Bay is favored due to their balanced team, with a solid defense and an offense that has been effective under Mayfield. The Panthers' offense has been inconsistent, and their defensive struggles could make it hard to cover the spread. Strategy. Bet on Buccaneers to cover, -5. Expect the Buccaneers to win by more than 5 points, given their superior overall play. Panthers to cover, +5, Carolina could stay within the spread if their defense steps up and prevents Tampa Bay from controlling the game. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy. Over, under, 41.5. Analysis. Both offenses have struggled to score efficiently this season, and with strong defenses on both sides, this game is likely to remain low-scoring. The Buccaneers may control the game, but it might not result in a high point total. Strategy. Bet the under 41.5. Given the offensive inconsistencies and both teams relying on defense, expect a low-scoring game. Consider live betting. If one team starts to dominate offensively, live betting on the over might be worth considering. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Baker Mayfield, QB, as the more experienced quarterback, Mayfield will play a key role in directing Tampa Bay's offense. Props on his passing yards or touchdowns could be worth considering. Bryce Young, QB, as a rookie, Young has shown promise but has struggled with consistency. Betting on him for interceptions or lower passing yard totals might be a good choice. Strategy. Mayfield passing yards. Mayfield should surpass his passing yards prop, especially given Carolina's vulnerability to the passing game. Young interceptions. With the pressure that Tampa Bay's defense can bring, Young may struggle, making props on his interceptions a viable option. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score. The Buccaneers, with a more consistent offense, are likely to score first in this matchup. Total sacks. Both teams have pass rushes that could affect the quarterbacks. Expect a handful of sacks during the game. Strategy. Bet on Buccaneers to score first. Tampa Bay's offense should get the early advantage. Take the over on total sacks. Both defenses are capable of getting pressure on the quarterbacks. 6. First half spread / total betting strategy. First half spread, Buccaneers -3. First half total, under 21.5. Analysis. The Buccaneers are expected to build an early lead, but both teams might struggle to score in the first half, considering their offensive struggles. Strategy. Bet on Buccaneers to cover the first half spread. -3 Tampa Bay should be leading at halftime with a solid defensive performance and efficient offense. Bet the under on first half total, 21.5. Given both teams' tendency for low-scoring affairs, the first half should see limited points. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Buccaneers to cover, -5. Under 41.5 total points. Mayfield over 200 passing yards. Analysis. A safe parlay given the Buccaneers' strong defensive play and Mayfield's ability to manage the game. The low total points also support this outcome. Parlay 2. Buccaneers to score first. Young under 225 passing yards. Buccaneers to win by 6 to 10 points. Analysis. Tampa Bay should get off to a fast start, with Young struggling to produce against their defense. A close Buccaneers victory is expected. The Buccaneers are favored to win with their strong defense and offense, while the Panthers may struggle. Bet on the under and consider props like Mayfield's passing yards and Young's interceptions for added value. Moving forward with our 13th matchup. Los Angeles Rams vs. New Orleans Saints. Los Angeles Rams overview. The Los Angeles Rams will face the New Orleans Saints in Week 13 with a steady offensive attack led by quarterback Matthew Stafford and a recovering running game. While Stafford continues to be a key figure in the passing game, the Rams are still searching for balance. With Aaron Donald retired, the Rams' defense is adjusting to new leadership. The Rams will need to build on their offensive strengths while finding ways to pressure the quarterback and improve defensively. Key players. Matthew Stafford, quarterback, the leader of the Rams' offense, crucial for their passing attack. Puka Nacua, wide receiver, a standout wide receiver who has stepped up as a key target this season. Injury report. Karen Williams, running back, ankle on injured reserve. Expected return December 8, 2024. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver, hamstring, questionable for Week 13, limited practice participation. New Orleans Saints overview. The New Orleans Saints are entering Week 13 with a balanced approach, relying on veteran quarterback Derek Carr to lead their offense. Carr has been consistent, though the Saints' offensive line has struggled at times to protect him. The running game, spearheaded by Alvin Kamara, continues to be a focal point, as the Saints aim to maintain offensive efficiency. Defensively, the Saints have a formidable unit, highlighted by standout players like Demario Davis, who remains a disruptive force. To succeed, New Orleans will need to maintain their defensive intensity and improve their offensive consistency. Key players: Derek Carr, quarterback, the leader of the offense, tasked with managing the game and making timely plays. Demario Davis, linebacker, a key playmaker on defense who can change the game with his leadership and physicality. Injury report: Alvin Kamara, running back, hips questionable for Week 13, limited practice participation. Chris Olave, wide receiver, concussion questionable for Week 13, limited practice participation. Now let's dive into betting predictions for Rams vs. Saints. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds: Rams minus 120, Saints plus 100. Analysis: the Rams come into this game with a slight edge, favored due to their consistency on offense led by Matthew Stafford and a strong defensive line anchored by Aaron Donald. The Saints, with Derek Carr at quarterback, have been efficient but less reliable, particularly in games against strong defenses. The Superdome environment, however, gives the Saints a home field advantage. Strategy: bet on the Rams, minus 120. Their defense has the capability to disrupt the Saints' offensive rhythm. Bet on the Saints, plus 100. If the Saints can effectively utilize Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara, they have a solid chance for an upset. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread: Rams minus 2.5. Analysis: a close game is expected, but the Rams' defense could create the turnovers necessary to cover the spread. The Saints' offense has been inconsistent, which may prevent them from keeping the score tight. Strategy: bet on Rams to cover, minus 2.5. With Donald's pass rush and Stafford's steady performance, the Rams have the edge to win by at least a field goal. Bet on Saints to cover, plus 2.5. If the Saints establish a strong ground game early, they could keep the game within a narrow margin. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy: over, under, 46.5. Analysis: the Rams' defensive strength and the Saints' slow offensive pace suggest this could be a lower-scoring game. However, turnovers could lead to unexpected points. Strategy: bet the under, 46.5. Both defenses are expected to control the tempo, making a high-scoring affair unlikely. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players: Matthew Stafford, Rams QB, strong candidate for passing yards over props. Aaron Donald, Rams DT, likely to dominate in sacks and tackles. Alvin Kamara, Saints RB, could exceed rushing/receiving yards props if the Saints rely on short yardage plays. Strategy: Stafford over passing yards. If the Rams take an early lead, Stafford will air it out. Donald over 0.5 sacks. Against a vulnerable Saints offensive line, Donald is a disruptive force. Kamara over total yards. A versatile weapon, Kamara is central to the Saints' offensive plans. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score, Rams. Total sacks, over 3.5. Strategy: bet on Rams to score first. With Stafford and the Rams' quicker starts, this is a safe pick. Take the over on total sacks. Both defenses thrive on pressuring quarterbacks, making this a high-probability play. 6. First half spread/total betting strategy. First half spread, Rams minus 1.5. First half total, over 21. Analysis: the Rams are expected to come out strong, with the Saints potentially struggling to match their early intensity. Strategy: bet on Rams to cover the first half spread, minus 1.5. The Rams are likely to establish control early. Bet the over on first half total, 21. A combination of turnovers and efficient drives could lead to a high-scoring first half. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Rams moneyline, minus 120. Under 46.5 total points. Aaron Donald over 0.5 sacks. Analysis: combines the Rams' defensive dominance with a lower-scoring projection. Parlay 2. Saints to cover, plus 2.5. Alvin Kamara over total yards. Matthew Stafford over passing yards. Analysis: A Saints-focused bet that hinges on Kamara's impact and Stafford's volume. The Rams' strong defense gives them an edge, but the Saints' home field advantage and playmakers keep them in contention. Now let's jump into 14th NFL Week 13 matchup. Philadelphia Eagles vs. Baltimore Ravens. Philadelphia Eagles overview. The Philadelphia Eagles, with one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL, prepare to take on the Baltimore Ravens in Week 13. Led by Jalen Hurts, the Eagles' offense thrives on versatility, blending strong aerial attacks with a powerful ground game. Their defense, anchored by a formidable pass rush, continues to make critical stops and create turnovers, key components of their success so far this season. As they approach this matchup, their ability to sustain offensive drives and neutralize the Ravens' dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson will be pivotal. Key players. Jalen Hurts, quarterback, the engine of the Eagles' offense, excelling both in passing and rushing. A.J. Brown, wide receiver, a top target, providing consistent big plays and reliability in crucial situations. Injury report. Dallas Goedert, tight end, leg soreness, facing leg soreness, which could affect his mobility and availability for the game. Devonta Smith, wide receiver, hamstring, nursing a hamstring injury, raising concerns about his availability and performance. Baltimore Ravens overview. The Baltimore Ravens enter their Week 13 matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles with a strong record and momentum from their previous victories. With Lamar Jackson leading the offense, the Ravens boast a dynamic attack that combines precision passing with their traditionally powerful ground game. The Ravens' defense, known for its physicality and ability to create turnovers, will play a critical role in disrupting the Eagles' potent offense. Key players. Lamar Jackson, quarterback, continues to showcase his dual-threat capability, coming off a 3-touchdown performance in Week 12. Roquan Smith, linebacker, anchors the defense with his ability to read plays and make critical stops. Injury report. Travis Jones, defensive lineman, ankle, dealing with an ankle issue and listed as questionable for the game. Sanusi Kane, safety, ankle sidelined due to an ankle injury, expected to miss multiple weeks. Now let's dive into betting predictions for Eagles vs. Ravens. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds: Eagles -116, Ravens -104. Analysis: this game is expected to be tight, with both teams in strong form. The Ravens have a slight advantage, with Lamar Jackson leading an effective offense and a stout defense. The Eagles face challenges on the road but possess a high-powered offense. Strategy: bet on the Ravens, -104. Baltimore's home field advantage and edge in performance make them a solid pick. Bet on the Eagles, +116, a high-risk option. The Eagles could upset if their passing game clicks and they neutralize Baltimore's pass rush. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread: Eagles -1. Analysis: a competitive matchup with a narrow spread reflecting the balance of power. The Ravens' home field advantage and Lamar Jackson's playmaking stand out, but the Eagles have shown resilience. Strategy: bet on Eagles to cover, -1. Their resilience in high-pressure games makes this plausible. Bet on Ravens to cover, +1. Lamar Jackson and Baltimore's defense can cover or win outright. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy: over, under, 45.5. Analysis: explosive offenses meet strong defenses. The Ravens' defensive play could limit scoring, but offensive execution might push totals higher. Strategy: bet the under, 45.5. Baltimore's clock management and defense suggest a lower scoring game. Bet the over, 45.5. If offensive game plans are executed, scoring could exceed expectations. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Lamar Jackson, bet on his rushing yards or touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, props for passing yards or rushing touchdowns are attractive. A.J. Brown, look for receiving yard props. Roquan Smith, bet on tackles or sacks. Strategy: Jackson over rushing yards. His mobility against the Eagles' defense is key. Brown over receiving yards. Hurts frequently relies on him. Smith over tackles, integral to Baltimore's defensive success. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score, Ravens. Total sacks, expect a strong pass rush from both sides. Strategy. Bet on Ravens to score first. Their fast-paced offense often sets the tone. Bet the over on total sacks. Both teams excel at pressuring quarterbacks. 6. First half spread/total betting strategy. First half spread. Eagles -0.5. First half total. Over 21.5. Analysis. Both teams are likely to score early, with the Eagles starting strong. Strategy. Bet on Eagles to cover first half spread, -0.5, likely to take a slight lead by halftime. Bet the over on first half total, 21.5, early scoring should exceed this mark. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Eagles to cover, -1. Over 45.5 total points. Lamar Jackson over 250 passing yards. Analysis. Leverages the Eagles' potential to cover and Jackson's offensive leadership. Parlay 2. Ravens to score first. A.J. Brown over 75 receiving yards. Ravens to win by 1 to 7 points. Analysis. Focuses on Baltimore's early lead, Brown's consistency, and a close final score. The Eagles and Ravens are evenly matched, with Baltimore's home field advantage and strong defense giving them a slight edge. However, the Eagles' resilience and explosive offense make them a viable contender in what promises to be a tightly contested game. Moving on to the 15th NFL Week 13 matchup. San Francisco 49ers vs. Buffalo Bills. San Francisco 49ers overview. The San Francisco 49ers continue to showcase their strengths as a well-balanced team, with a solid offense and a defense that dominates the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Brock Purdy has earned his place as a dependable leader, guiding the offense with efficiency. On the defensive side, Nick Bosa and the pass rush keep opposing quarterbacks under constant pressure, making the 49ers' defense one of the league's top units. Despite some key injuries, the 49ers' ability to manage the game and control the tempo has kept them at the top of the NFC. In this upcoming matchup against the Buffalo Bills, the 49ers will look to maintain their defensive prowess while capitalizing on Buffalo's high-powered offense. Key players. Brock Purdy, quarterback, the efficient leader of the offense, managing both the passing and running games. Nick Bosa, defensive end, a game-changer on defense, consistently putting pressure on quarterbacks. Injury report. Tatum Bethune, linebacker, knee did not participate. Kevin Givens, defensive lineman, groined, did not participate. Buffalo Bills overview. The Buffalo Bills head into their Week 13 matchup with the San Francisco 49ers with an offense led by quarterback Josh Allen, known for his ability to create explosive plays both in the air and on the ground. With Stephon Diggs as the top target in the passing game, the Bills continue to be a threat through the air, though they also rely on running back James Cook to keep defenses honest. On defense, linebacker Matt Milano is key to their ability to disrupt opposing offenses, though the absence of Von Miller remains a notable challenge in their pass rush. The team will need to focus on containing San Francisco's multifaceted offense while making the most of Allen's dynamic playmaking. Key players. Josh Allen, quarterback, the dual-threat leader of the Bills' offense, capable of making game-changing plays with both his arm and legs. Matt Milano, linebacker, a standout player in the middle of the defense, excelling in coverage and as a tackler. Injury report. Keon Coleman, wide receiver, wrist, did not practice, status uncertain for the game. Dalton Kincaid, tight end, knee, did not practice, expected to miss the game. Let's take a closer look in betting predictions for 49ers vs. Bills. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds. Bills -150, 49ers +130. Analysis. The Bills are slight favorites with home field advantage and a healthy Josh Allen. The 49ers, chances depend on the return of key players Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa. Strategy. Bet on the Bills, -150, their balanced attack and fewer injury concerns make them a safer pick. Bet on the 49ers, +130 if Purdy and Bosa return, their impact could shift the momentum. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread, Bills -2.5. Analysis. Buffalo's offensive consistency gives them a slight edge, but if the 49ers' key players return, they could exploit Buffalo's defensive lapses. Strategy. Bet on Bills to cover, -2.5, Their offense is capable of sustaining drives and capitalizing on scoring opportunities. Bet on 49ers to cover, plus 2.5. If their defense pressures Allen and forces turnovers, they can keep it close. 3. Over, under, total points. Betting strategy. Over, under, 44.5. Analysis. Both teams have explosive offenses, but injuries and strong defenses might keep the total under. Strategy. Bet the under, 44.5. Expect a lower scoring game if defenses perform to their potential. Consider live betting. If Purdy struggles, live betting on the under could offer good value. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Josh Allen, Bills dual threat QB likely to have strong passing and rushing stats. Christian McCaffrey, 49ers, key offensive weapon in both rushing and receiving. Von Miller, Bills defensive anchor, likely to record pressures or sacks. Strategy. Bet on Josh Allen total yards. Over Allen's versatility should keep the offense productive. Bet on McCaffrey rushing plus receiving yards. Over if the 49ers focus on short passes and screens, McCaffrey could exceed his yardage. Bet on Von Miller sacks. Expect at least one sack against a potentially weakened offensive line. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score, Bills. Total turnovers. At least 2 turnovers expected. Strategy. Bet on Bills to score first. They've had a strong offensive rhythm early in games. Bet the over on total turnovers. Both defenses are aggressive, likely to force mistakes. 6. First half spread / total betting strategy. First half spread, Bills minus 1.5. First half total, 22.5. Analysis. Buffalo typically starts strong, while San Francisco may need time to adjust with returning players. Strategy. Bet on Bills to cover first half spread, minus 1.5. Expect Buffalo to lead at halftime. Bet the under on first half total, 22.5. A cautious start is likely, leading to fewer scoring opportunities. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Bills moneyline, minus 150. Under 44.5 total points. Josh Allen over 250 passing yards. Analysis. Allen's consistency and Buffalo's clock management make this appealing. Parlay 2. First team to score, Bills. Christian McCaffrey over 75 rushing yards. Total turnovers over 1.5. Analysis. Focuses on Buffalo's early scoring and McCaffrey's performance. The Bills are favored in this matchup due to home field advantage and a strong offense, but the 49ers' key players could make it competitive. Betting strategies favor the Bills to cover the spread, with a focus on lower scoring outcomes and key player props. And now finally, let's dive into the last matchup for Week 13. Cleveland Browns vs. Denver Broncos. Cleveland Browns overview. The Cleveland Browns are entering Week 13 with a defensive-focused approach, featuring a strong defensive line and linebacker core. While their offense has been inconsistent, the team remains competitive due to a solid defense led by Myles Garrett and an effective running game. The Browns will be leaning on the strength of Nick Chubb to control the tempo of the game and help open up opportunities for quarterback Deshaun Watson to connect in the passing game. However, Watson's performance has been under scrutiny, and the team's success will depend on how well he can balance making plays with minimizing turnovers. Key players. Myles Garrett, defensive end, a game-changer on defense, capable of disrupting both the passing and running game. Nick Chubb, running back, a key offensive weapon, capable of controlling the clock and breaking big plays. Injury report. Jeff Swaim, tight end, concussion, did not participate in practice, status uncertain. Jedrick Wills, tackle, knee limited participation in practice, expected to play but may be restricted. Denver Broncos overview. The Denver Broncos enter Week 13 with a defense that excels, allowing just 16.8 points per game. Offensively, quarterback Russell Wilson is supported by Courtland Sutton and Bo Nix, with a solid run game led by Javonte Williams. The Broncos' success will depend on defensive consistency and effective playmaking through their pass catchers and running game. Key players. Courtland Sutton, wide receiver, leading the receiving core. Bo Nix, quarterback, a versatile contributor to the offense. Injury report. Josh Reynolds, wide receiver, hand, full participation. Drew Sanders, linebacker, Achilles, full participation. Now let's sum up the video with our final betting predictions for Browns vs Broncos. 1. Moneyline betting strategy. Current odds. Browns plus 190. Broncos minus 230. Analysis. Denver is favored due to strong defense and home advantage. Cleveland's challenge will be with rookie QB Dorian Thompson-Robinson, relying on defense. Strategy. Bet on Broncos, minus 230, safe pick with Denver's defense. Consider Browns, plus 190, riskier bet if defense can limit Broncos' offense. 2. Point spread betting strategy. Spread. Broncos minus 5.5. Analysis. Denver's defense has been dominant, and Cleveland may struggle to score with a rookie QB. Strategy. Bet on Broncos to cover, minus 5.5, likely to win by more than a field goal at home. Consider Browns, plus 5.5, if defense can disrupt Wilson, they might cover. 3. Over/under betting strategy. Over/under 41.5. Analysis. Both teams rely on strong defenses, with Cleveland's offense struggling without Watson. Strategy. Bet the under 41.5, expected low-scoring game. Consider live betting. Adjust if early scoring boosts the over. 4. Player props betting strategy. Key players. Myles Garrett, Browns D, strong candidate for a sack prop. Javonte Williams, Broncos RB, potential value in rushing yards props. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Browns QB, risk of interceptions or low passing yards. Strategy. Garrett sacks prop, likely to get a sack. Williams rushing yards. Bet on Williams to surpass his rushing yard prop. 5. Game props betting strategy. First team to score. Broncos likely to score first due to offensive flow. Total sacks. Expect several sacks, especially from the Browns defense. Strategy. Bet on Broncos to score first. Home advantage and a rookie QB opponent. Take the over on total sacks. Both defenses capable of applying pressure. 6. First half spread/total betting strategy. First half spread. Broncos minus 3.5. First half total. Under 21.5. Analysis. Cleveland's offense is limited, and Denver's defense will likely dominate early. Strategy. Bet on Broncos to cover the first half spread, minus 3.5, likely to take a lead. Bet the under on first half total, 21.5. Anticipate a low-scoring first half. 7. Parlay betting strategy. Parlay 1. Broncos to win, minus 230. Under 41.5 total points. Garrett to record a sack. Analysis. Focuses on Denver's likely win, low-scoring game, and Garrett's sack potential. Parlay 2. Broncos to cover, minus 5.5. Williams over 60 rushing yards. Under 41.5 total points. Analysis. A strong parlay with a focus on Denver's defense and balanced offense. The Broncos are favored in Week 13 due to their strong defense and home field advantage. Cleveland's defense is solid, but their rookie QB could struggle, making Denver the safer bet, especially in a low-scoring game. And that wraps up part 2 of our Week 13 NFL betting predictions. We want to hear from you. What are your picks for this week? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this video helped you out, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your football friends, and subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you're helping us grow and invest in better resources for future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week with more insights to make your bets even smarter.